All right, everyone. Welcome back to Mom Plays. I am Mom. Hi. We are kind of in a bind. I think we're going to go ahead and head to Solstheim now. But that's going to necessitate us bouncing kind of back and forth between a couple different lines. I don't know. I feel kind of weird about doing it, but I want to because this particular quest, Rescue, is a side quest from Dawnguard. Kill the Master Vampire and rescue Moth Grobagol from Bloodskull Barrow. And Bloodskull Barrow's in Solstheim. So I don't want to go further in the Dawnguard till I do this. So I'm kind of at a loss. So we're going to go and check. We're at least going to go to Solstheim so we have a fast travel point to get there. Yeah, and then maybe we'll find out what those cultists have been doing. So step one is you got to come here and talk to... Yeah.
If you're looking for passage to Solstheim, too bad. I'm not going back there anymore.
Well, dude, that's too bad because that's exactly where we want to go. Are you the captain of the Northern Maiden?
Sure. Yeah, that's me. Why? Who sent you?
I was attacked by some cultists who came here on your ship?
Now, hold on. That wasn't my fault. I didn't know they were going to attack anybody. I don't even know how I got here.
How can you not know how you got here? You sailed here, right?
It's hard to explain. I remember those people with the masks coming on board. Then... the next thing I remember, I was here, and they were gone. And that's not right, losing whole days like that. There's been something strange going on there for a while. But after this, I'm done. I'm not going back to Solstheim.
Yes, you are. You're taking me to Solstheim.
Have you been listening to me? I'm not going back there.
Let's see. You owe me... Yeah.
All right. You
Yes!
have a point. Taking you back to find out who sent them is the least I can do.
Damn
Besides,
straight.
maybe you can put a stop to whatever's going on over there. I owe them a bit of payback myself.
So, the first time I did this, I couldn't persuade him. My speech was too low to persuade him to take me, so I ended up paying double the fare to get him to take me over there. So I'm kind of happy about this. That was glitchy.
Well, here we are. This is Raven Rock. Can't say I'm all that glad to see it again. Good luck. Maybe you can figure out what's going on around here.
Maybe. We'll see. Oh man, why am I getting such weird little glitches? And why did it just lock up? Apparently, there we go. Oh god, what the hell? So we got a whole bunch of little miscellaneous quests. Search about Mirak, you know, search for this, search for that. Go check out whatever that is off in the distance. Alright, who's this?
I don't recognize you.
Cool.
So I'll assume this is your first visit to Raven Rock, Outlander. State your intentions.
I'm looking for Mirak. Do you know him?
Mirak, I'm not sure that I do. Just remember, Raven Rock is sovereign territory of House Redera. This is Morrowind, not Skyrim. While you're here, you will be expected to abide by our laws. Any questions?
Why are you so suspicious of
I have
visitors?
to be. As second counselor, the security of Raven Rock is my primary concern.
Has security been an issue?
This isn't exactly the city of Blacklight. We're on the frontier out here, and we've had more than a fair share of troubles. After all we've been through together, I refuse to let Counselor Morvain down.
Okay. What do your titles mean?
Counselor Morvain is House Redoran's representative on Solstheim. As second counselor, it's my job to support him and make certain his rule is enforced.
All right, Raven Rock is purely a Dunmer settlement?
Raven Rock started out as an imperial settlement, but the Empire decided to abandon it just as my people were first setting foot here. They left the town a shambles, but when House Redoran took over, we turned it around and it became ours. And even if it's been a struggle to make this island livable, we're proud to call it home.
Okay, so what's the city of Blacklight you were talking
Your
about
ignorance
there?
of our homeland doesn't surprise me. It's the capital of Morrowind. Been that way ever since Mournhold was sacked by the Argonians. I don't visit there often anymore, but we still get the occasional supply ship and visitors from there.
Okay, the Argonians invaded Morrowind?
Quite a while ago, yes. They cut a bloody swath across most of the southern region of Morrowind. Nobody seems certain why it happened. An attempted expansion, revenge for the enslavement of their people, or perhaps both. Whatever the case may be, thousands of Dunmer needlessly lost their lives, and many more were exiled from their homeland.
All right, now, do you know who Mirak is?
I'm unsure. I swear I know the name, but I cannot place it.
All right, can you tell me anything?
I don't think so. I'm not... The name has something to do with the Earthstone, I think, but I'm not sure what.
All right.
Remember,
So that's weird.
Giala.
Keep watching. So here's one of the guards, the Redoran guards, and if you notice, they have a different kind of armor than we've seen anywhere. This is bone mold armor. We'll be picking some of that up. And this is the town of Raven Rock. And for anybody who might be watching this that has played all the other Elder Scrolls games, that we're in Morrowind, which was the first one, I think. And this was the style of all the houses and all that stuff from there. Yeah. Here we have Skaith Crow we can harvest for our alchemy. Got a little fountain thing or whatever. We've got the Retching Net, which is the bar. That's Allor's house. This is one of the people who sells stuff. Another person who sells stuff in their house. Alchemist, you know. So here's like the main center where all your merchants are. Then you've got our blacksmith, who we definitely want to talk to. So let's talk to Glover Mallory.
You haven't seen Cretius Corellius, have you? That foolish old man's taken my pickaxe again.
Why all the fuss over the pickaxe?
No, this isn't just your run-of-the-mill pickaxe. I'm talking about an ancient Nordic pickaxe. They don't exactly grow on trees, you know.
Okay, can't you just get the guard to find Cretius?
I prefer to handle these things on my own. Look, if you see Cretius, tell him to give me that pickaxe back, and I'll pay you for the trouble.
Alright, I noticed the shadow mark by your door.
Well, it's been a long time since someone from the guilds bothered to make their way out here. So tell me, how's my brother Delvin? Still spending his nights at the Ragged Flagon trying to win Vex's heart?
He's well.
Good to hear. Tam Layabout never even bothers to send his own flesh and blood a letter saying how he's doing. Can you imagine?
Yes.
Anyway, I suppose you're looking for work. Well, I got bad news. This place is drier than a damn bone.
Nothing at all?
Eager to make some coin, eh? That's the spirit. I'll tell you what. The guild's got a problem out here that I've been trying to deal with for years, but haven't been able to handle.
The Thieves Guild has a problem out here?
Don't look at me like that. I'm all alone out here, with no one to watch my back.
Okay.
And besides, it's really my problem anyway. I caused it.
Okay, what'd you do?
A fellow Breton who went by the name Esmond Tyne showed up on my doorstep about a fortnight ago. He noticed the shadow marks like you did, and I thought he was one of us.
He stole something from you, yes?
That he did, right out from under my nose. Can you believe it? It's my own formula for improved bone mold. Took me years to perfect.
Okay, where's Esmond Tyne now?
Well, before he ran off, he was talking some nonsense about trying to fence goods to the Reeklings at Castle Karstag. I told him he was
man.
crazy to even think about talking to those vicious little buggers, but he wouldn't listen. I'd bet a fat purse of coin that he's either dead or hiding out up there.
Okay, I'll get it back for you.
You do that, and I'll make sure you're set up right. You won't be disappointed.
I know. Okay, so, do you know someone called Mirak?
No, wait. Maybe. I don't know how I know that name.
Which is it, yes or no?
I'm not sure. I don't want to talk about this.
Alright, how did this guy end up in Raven
question,
Rock?
and the one that I hear most often from visitors to our town. I wish I had a more romantic tale to tell, but I was simply seeking my fortune and chose Raven Rock to ply my trade. Besides, knowing how to repair bone mold armor wasn't very useful in Riften.
True. Okay, who taught you that?
I had a friend over there, a dark elf named Van Ryth, a very talented armor smith. Spent a lot of time with the guy swapping smithing techniques. Learned a heck of a lot, including how to repair bone mold. After he moved on to greener pastures, I decided to pack up, move out here, and put those lessons to the test. Been here ever since.
Alright, and last question from this guy. What is an ancient Nordic pickaxe?
It's the only tool tough enough to crack Stalrim, is what it is. Not many of those beauties left in the world. Forging them is a lost art. The one Crescius borrowed came from the Skull village up north. I, traded them some goods for it.
Okay, so now we've got a new type of ore. Is Stalrim a type of ore?
Calling Stalrim an ore is like calling my forge a campfire. Some folks say it's enchanted ice, but I think there's more to it than that.
I assume it's rare?
I don't think I've come across more than a chunk or two in my lifetime, and smithing's my trade. If you're looking to learn more, you should head over to the Skull village. Someone there's bound to know more about it than I do.
Probably, yep. Alright,
You tell Crescius he better give that pickaxe back to me, or else.
I probably will. Let's go over here. What's this? The abandoned building. There's this place up here, which... Severin Manor. That's somebody's house. For now. Where was the trauma room? Oh, there it is. I'm like harvesting on the run. Lots of docks. We're gonna go over to this place that we saw over here and see what's going on.
Here in his shrine.
If you say so. This is the Earthstone.
That they have
You
forgotten.
there. You don't seem to be in quite the same state as the others here. Very interesting. May I ask what it is you're doing here?
Maybe I'm looking for someone named Mirak.
Mirak. It sounds familiar, and yet I can't quite place... Oh, wait, I recall. But that makes very little sense. Mirak's been dead for thousands of years.
Okay, what does that mean?
I'm not sure. But it is fascinating, isn't it? Perhaps it has some relation to what's going on here. Quite unexpected. I'm afraid I can't give you any answers, but there are ruins of an ancient temple of Mirax toward the center of the island. If I were you, I'd look there.
Okay, what are these people doing?
Building something, clearly. And yet they don't seem to have much to say about it. I'm very interested to find out what happens when they finish.
All right, have you tried to stop it?
Certainly not. Doing so would interfere with whatever is going on, and I would be unable to see how this all turns out.
All right, what can you tell me about Morrowind?
It is the only place where silt striders can be found. Although I managed to transplant a few here when I arrived.
All right. We'll be talking to you
When
again,
the
so...
world shall listen.
They seem to be saying some kind of weird litany. So this is the Earthstone. Activate.
That world will cease to be.
Fascinating.
That they have forgotten.
Under whatever influence is affecting the others.
Yep, here I am toiling. Why am I
How long this
toiling?
effect- Perhaps. So you are able to resist
Day
the effect
was
by exerting
stolen.
your will. Fascinating. I would
Is
not
it?
advise touching the stone again. The effects of repeated contact could be... Unless, of course, you'd like to contribute to my investigation. It could be very enlightening to observe you.
Nah, I'm good.
Grows ever near to us.
So they seem to be in some kind of trance, and then it's making them build this. So that's kind of... Oh, nightshade. It's kind of interesting. And they're just going to toil away, apparently.
Our hands once were idle.
Yes, they were once idle. So now we need to figure out what's going on with all that stuff. Give me some of that. Huh. Alright, so this is our first look at Solstheim. It's a dusty place covered in ash from the eruption of the Red Mountain. So, you know, everything's just kind of grimy and brown on this side. If we go this way, this is the temple, I believe. Yes. And I don't think I ever went up on the walls. You can get up on the walls and
We'd be digging our houses out from beneath the ash by now.
probably. And that's how you get out of Raven Rock to go explore the rest. There's the Red Mountain right there.
You're out of luck. No ships are heading that way anymore.
Yeah, I'll bet not. Alright, so we have made it to Raven Rock and Solstheim, and now we have a fast travel point. Oh yeah, the Ancestral Tomb. Morrowind Manor. I believe that's where the mayor or whatever lives. Let's go in there real quick.
Have you witnessed suspicious act?
No, you can't help me. I'm going to talk to this guy.
Anything you can contribute to Raven Rock will be greatly appreciated. And
All
on
right.
behalf of House Redoran and as Counselor of Raven Rock, I bid you welcome.
All right. Do you rule all of Solstheim?
Solstheim is theoretically under my rule. But without revenue from the mine, I lack the resources to actually govern anything but Raven Rock itself. Not that there's much beyond the confines of our town anyway.
All right. Raven Rock is the only settlement on the island?
Well, There's a small enclave of Nords to the north in Skal Village. They pretty much keep to themselves, and we both like it that way. Then there's Tel Mithrin to the east. The Telvanni live out there. Sort of a strange lot. But since we're both from Morrowind, we get along. Other than that, Solstheim is crawling with bandits and Reeklings. But that's to be expected living in a frontier like this.
Alright, what happened to the mine?
It used to be one of the richest ebony mines in Morrowind, but it dried out years ago. Now, we're barely holding out here. Without the mine, Ravenrock doesn't feel like it can last much longer.
Do you know someone called Mirak?
Do I? What a strange thing. It sounds so familiar, and yet I cannot place the name.
Can you tell me anything about him?
I'm not even sure. I can picture a temple, here on Solstheim. Must have been a bad dream.
Alright.
My doors are open if you wish to discuss matters involved.
So it sounds like we need to help them fix the ebony mine, which we will probably do in the next episode. I think we're going to leave it here where we've kind of done a little bit of exploring, talked to a couple of people, kind of checked things out. It's pretty much like the same as doing the rest of Skyrim stuff. You talk to a bunch of people, they're going to give you miscellaneous quests, side quests, main quests, you know, that kind of stuff. But I think for right now, we're just going to leave it here, and we'll pick up on the next one. You've been watching Mom Plays. You can follow me on Twitter at Tonya Treese, or on my...
There isn't a scrap of ebony left in the mine.
I know. Or on my blog, mywarpedworld.blogspot.com. And I will catch you all next time.